Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Well, they finally figured me out, Pross. You can't beat the big man when it comes to the gambling. And as you know, I had an in on that Ukrainian table tennis.
They busted your racket, huh?
Yeah, they got me. The New Jersey. I was doing my bets up there in Asbury Park.
I thought it was Paramus, but anyway.
And the New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement on Thursday instructed the sports books up there to suspend betting on all table tennis events in Ukraine or any matches involving 6 players after being warned of potential match fixing, which I had
you
my
and who's the dude that used to work with a Boomer? You and Carton are in on that one. He was your
He's
go-between.
out now.
Yeah.
He's going to, by the way, get rehired, you know.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, at the same station. The Sports Wagering Integrity Monitoring Association. That's the SWIMA, the swimmer.
That's a oxymoron, by the way.
Yeah, right. Alerted New Jersey regulators a couple days ago of the match-fixing concerns. I was making a mint off that Ukrainian table tennis.
How did you? I forget how you first got in touch with those table tennissers.
I knew a guy.
They may have played out here at Cecil Field at the center out there.
I knew a guy who knew a guy, and then we started talking, and we all figured out a way. I got in touch with my guy Ivan Gayson, and also Eduard Panichev.
Probably don't have to pay him much. I can't imagine you get a big get paycheck when you win the table tennis tournament.
Right now,
you probably just had to pay him $5,000-10,000.
Right now, Zotov, Efimova, Panichev, Janabikin, Gayson, and Zatzvera are all off limits on the gambling.
Well, that's too bad.
As you know, I had a big in with
those
Gayson
were your money
and
horses.
Panichev. Yeah, they were
You've
my
been riding
makers.
Panichev for. We don't talk about it on the air because, quite frankly, you were afraid this would happen. But
yeah, we had. I ran it as long as I could, and so
I was worried about you. This in some ways may
I
have
got
been
a
an
call
intervention.
from Sal up there in Asbury Park, and he said no more bets for a while.
I may have turned you in. I may not have, but I may have.
Yeah. So we were doing well, and the money was flowing in, and I was happy. I don't want to talk about this, but I feel we must. But I know it's going to ignite an argument, a disagreement between you and I.
I don't know.
As we talk,
I don't feel disagreeable today.
No, you will. Gator football, the big NC State.
Again, that just proves my point.
2026, 2032.
You and yours are running scared and hiring these, playing these middling teams.
Yeah.
And me and mine want to act like we're a power and not Mississippi State. That's all.
You'd rather play Clemson home and home.
100%.
Yeah.
If not them, I'd rather play North Carolina, Miami. NC State is not doing a thing for me.
We have Miami on the schedule in
that year.
No.
Yeah. I'd rather play them anytime over NC
we have
State.
Utah, Colorado,
Arizona State,
Texas,
Cal. Texas is the only one that does anything for me.
I look forward to them.
I know you do.
I'd rather play them than Eastern Washington, South Alabama, New Mexico
Absolutely,
State.
But that's not the only answer. It's not them or that. It's pump up your non-conference schedule like you're a power.
Let me make it clear, Jeffrey. Clemson is afraid of the Gators.
Is that what it is? All right. That could be. That could be.
Clemson is scared to hook it up with the Florida Gators. That's right. You heard me.
It's the only way to connect those dots.
Let's connect them.
Do you think that
Let's do that.
Do you think that
this, by the way, is the 10-minute drill. Sports concepts and rationalizations being kicked around.
The Florida Gators are national champions.
And at the end of
what
it,
have you done lately,
we will hand out a floral arrangement from our friends at Kuhn.
Absolutely.
All right,
deliver.
continue on, please.
Well, just a shout out to Eastern Washington, South Alabama, and New Mexico State, who lose out on their big opportunity to come to Florida and lose by 60. So they'll miss the cash. They won't miss the life experience. It wasn't going to go well for them.
By the way, I'm excited. Can I jump in, or did you have a point to make?
No, my only question was, do you feel like right now Florida plays all SEC teams play 8 conference games?
Yeah.
Do you feel like they'll definitely add more, they might add more, or they won't add more?
I think they would add 2. I think we go 10.
And do you think
4?
And how is that going? Are they going to put them in a hat and shake them up, or are they going to hand pick how they do it?
That's a great question.
Because Florida had an advantage this year for the first time in a while in that Auburn had to play Alabama while Florida played Ole Miss.
I'm hoping
Georgia played Alabama while Florida played Ole Miss.
I'm hoping that we can go from Oxford right up to Starkville and go ahead and play them.
And they should, that's fair.
As opposed to Tuscaloosa.
And they could just zip down to Baton Rouge.
Yeah, not really excited about going there. I don't want to play Tuscaloosa.
To be honest with you, I think Florida, Georgia, and whoever you call third maybe should all play Auburn, Alabama, and LSU. I mean,
I'd rather not add Auburn and Alabama.
But LSU's. Georgia's having to add LSU. I would rather not too. But
I would like to add Arkansas, the Felipe Franks Bowl. That would be fun.
Yeah,
and maybe Mississippi State.
But anyway, I do think they'll. Don't you think they'll add games though?
Yes, 2.
And that's for TV reasons because they're not going to have fans, or maybe they will have fans, less fans, but fans. I don't know.
Gene Smith looked a little silly, the Ohio State AD, about 3 weeks. This is why you don't say anything.
Yeah, 50%, he said?
50,000.
Yeah.
We got a plan for 50,000 at the shoe. I'm really concerned if we're going to have college football, he said yesterday.
You meant cardboard cutouts of season ticket holders.
Hey, Gene. That's why we don't say things. All right, this is on a personal note, but it does involve sports, so I'm going to share it with you, too. As you know, I often look for zany, wacky pieces of hope for my NBA team, right? My latest ridiculous notion is that we get this Amani Bates kid out of Michigan, out of Ypsilanti, Michigan, in 2 or 3 years. He committed to Michigan State a week ago, but he'll never go there.
Michigan State, by the way, got another 5-star guy this week.
Yeah, but Amani
must be the great culture they have at Michigan
Amani
State.
is headed to the Big Apple. But I do have this little nugget, this little schism of hope, if you will. I'd like to run by you both.
Is that a word?
Yes. SCHISM, schism. And I want to run this by. As you know, the Knicks have gone with a new management staff again. And in our new management staff, we have hired Leon Rose and
Worldwide West.
Worldwide West. Worldwide West is best buds with Cal. All the Kentucky guys are going there, so I need you two to help me. I've selected my 2 Kentucky guys we must have, and then I'll take a sprinkling of others. But I believe we'll have AD, who will opt out of L.A. and come to New York, and Devin Booker. Your thoughts? If Devin Booker and AD came to the Knicks, what would the Knicks do in the Eastern Conference? Let's start with that.
They'd win 50 games and lose in the second round of the playoffs.
Just second round.
Well, unfortunately, Dan.
That's what the Pelicans had AD and Cousin. They had all kinds of players. They never won.
Okay, so you don't
think... And you're more poorly run than them.
You don't think... Well, we're hiring Tibbs here in...
That's what I was about to say.
Yes.
Unfortunately, as you guys are about to hire Tibbs, neither of them are going to want to play for him because he grinds his players to death.
He'll grind them for a couple years.
I miss Tibbs' run to the finals.
He went to the Eastern Finals.
He went to the Eastern Finals.
You take a playoff right now.
ECF. So
ECF appearance.
So Beef, if Pross has gone second round exit, if we get AD and Devin Booker, what would the Knicks do in the Eastern Conference?
Are you talking about next year? Are those
soon.
guys right now available? Worldwide West, is that LeBron's old guy? They haven't fallen out?
No.
Yeah, they had a falling out.
West is not anything related to LeBron.
Well, they're friends. They are friends.
Worldwide West has no relation to
relation.
LeBron.
They never worked together?
No. Worldwide West is just a very prominent influencer in the league.
An influencer is what we like to call him.
And now he's an exec with the Knicks, which means he was probably actually bad at that job. Somehow got too much credit.
Beef, again, I need an answer from you, please.
22 games.
It's not funny.
And we'll see at the lottery because you're the Knicks.
What about Bam Adebayo?
Good luck.
If we add him.
Doesn't
matter.
What
about Adebayo, Bledsoe, Booker, AD, and what's my guy up there in Minnesota? Karl Anthony Towns.
Cat.
What about that 5?
Big Cat?
The Big Cat.
Tired of you.
Would that be? Are you guys on board with my Knicks Kentucky? I'm going to have to call Kentucky Jeff and go over this with him.
Well, it's going to work out better than your gaggle of ex-Bulls you used to run through New York.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose, Joe.
Do you guys maybe
Eddie Curry?
Maybe take a stab at John Wall? Is he going to ever play again? Without the contract, of course. We could actually keep Julius Randle and be fine. He could be our 6th man. Your thoughts?
I don't think the Knicks will ever win. I think they're so poorly run that
what?
You're doomed to follow a really bad
I'm trying to ask you guys
team.
A serious question here in my schism. What Kentucky players would you want on your team is a simple question. And Am I right with AD
currently
and
in the
Booker?
league?
Or should I take that De'Aaron Fox kid from Sacto?
I tell you who else is playing awesome is that Gator commit who went up there. Playing great for Billy. Who am I thinking of, Beef?
Gator commit.
He committed to Florida, then he played at Kentucky, and he left after 1 year, and you thought it was a mistake.
Shai
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been very good.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
But I don't think he's Booker good. But I think he's De'Aaron Fox good.
He's like 19 points a game?
Yeah,
Gilgeous-Alexander?
Yeah, he's been really good for Billy.
Is that why they've been...
That's one of the reasons, yeah. It's so funny. Billy's done his best coaching job this year, and you haven't heard a word about him, between COVID and everything else.
We'd be willing to give up on our one... what about the kid from Denver? Can we take him? He's Kentucky, right?
It says here Wes has got very much into LeBron's inner circle. He introduced LeBron James to Jay-Z. Moved into an apartment across the street.
Inner circle?
Across
your circles.
I'm just reading it. According to GQ, Wes moved into an apartment across from James during LeBron's rookie year in 2003. Steered him to agent Leon Rose.
Yes. And last month was at a Taco Tuesday with LeBron and the family.
Influencer.
Yeah.
Influencer.
I just thought there was some tie-in. I thought I was going crazy.
Look,
what about Jamal Murray? Would you take him?
He's also very underrated, playing very good for Denver.
Here's the problem. You're taking all these horses, but you're mushing them up against the brick wall. Until James Dolan drops dead, it does not matter.
Oh, wishing death now.
Well, many would agree with him. Not me, but many would agree with him. It
doesn't matter.
Listen, it does matter because you, Mr. Bulls fan, are jumping up and down for some dude we've never heard of running the Bulls.
You don't talk negatively about my man Arturas Karnisovas.
All I know is we had this same Amani Bates conversation we had 6 years ago, and I claimed and wanted at the time Luka Doncic.
Yes.
And I wanted him, and I pointed, and I worked hard, and I got all the way to draft day.
You got him.
And could have had him.
You had him.
And these idiots traded him.
You had him.
Only because my guy's from Golden State and wants another Steph Clay. How's that working?
I don't know, but this was more about my new theory of getting Kentucky guys because of Worldwide West and Knicks talk.
Tired of Knicks talk.
Why won't you come up? What about Tyler Hero?
No, not too soon.
When he knocks down those threes, we could play.
You could.
Only a hero.
Could you win?
I don't like your guys' attitude. I'm trying to come up with something here.
Could you win?
This guy scoffed at the talkers.
Giving you all names and
could you
theories, some research, some journalism, some real journalism is going on right here. With connecting the dots here, and you guys give me nothing.
Could you win
Keister's flapping in the wind?
Could you win an NBA title right now if you built a roster only of Kentucky players?
Yes, you did. Well, let's say this. In all honesty, you could sure.
Do you know how many Kentucky players are? Take a guess how many Kentucky players are in the NBA right now.
25.
146.
There's a lot. Is there more?
More, yeah. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
30.
Well, look at this team. Dude.
By the way, a lot of first-round picks.
You're going to cut.
I won. You went over.
How about this? How about you can do a 15-man team, and you can cut a guy who will start for the Hawks, Bulls, and Knicks as they stand right now. Okay?
That's not what we're looking to do.
Here's your team.
Right.
Bam Adebayo has become a great player.
Very good player.
Eric Bledsoe, good player for the Bucks.
Very
Devin Booker. Willie Cauley-Stein coming off the bench. DeMarcus Cousins may be done. Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Hamidou Diallo for the Thunder. I think he's just a role player. De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Tyler Hero. Enes Kanter.
Yeah.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, not much left. Brandon Knight is probably in the league. Kevin Knox, no good. Sky Labasserie is okay. He'll play. Trey Lyles will play.
Yeah.
Malik Monk, Nerlens Noel still in the league. Patrick Patterson still in the league. Julius Randle's not a bad player. Rajon Rondo, Karl Anthony Towns, and don't forget John Wall.
Yeah.
And by the way, P.J. Washington was not horrible as a rookie for Charlotte.
No.
So, wow.
I say this with no respect intended.
Yeah.
It's despicable the way you've just hijacked the 10-minute drill.
For the Knicks. Yeah, completely. 100% hijacking.
I'm sorry,
It's
Duke.
Friday. It's Sports Concepts and Rationalizations.
He's wearing
and
a
I have
mask.
some interesting theories and journalistic integrity at work here that I've presented to you two, and all you do is make fun. And then Prosser basically just agreed with me, but in a different way, and said, man, imagine if you could get this Kentucky team. And that was my point with Worldwide West and Cal. We are going to build a Kentucky powerhouse in New York.
What does Cal have to do with anything?
Yeah, I don't think
Because
any of this is
Worldwide
happening.
West is buddies with Cal, and Cal is tight with his players. He's going to send them all to New York because he's a New Yorker.
What about the Nets?
And the Knicks will
They've got a
finally.
connection.
They got KD and Kyrie.
Yeah, but Cal close to his heart as a former Nets coach.
I don't agree with anything that you said in the last 7 minutes. I don't
like any of
I
these.
don't think any Kentucky superstars are getting steered to the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks are suddenly going to have an emergence as a destination.
rejuvenation.
First of all, you have to be juvenated before you can be rejuvenated.
Until Amani Bates comes, we are going to go with the Kentucky kids. And then we're going to add Bates, and then we're going to win 5 titles in a row.
Well, that would be fantastic for you and just miserable for the rest of us.
Oh, could you imagine?
I feel less confident about your Knicks winning of all your sports teams.
You should. They're the worst franchise in professional sports.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I acknowledge and embrace that.
They got some confidence over the Hart Bridge.
Competition,
I mean.
Not confidence. Competition.
I have confidence that the competition is there as well.
Yes.
Now, if Shad starts like a crappy bluegrass band, then
we're
we
in
can
trouble.
talk.
Maybe Shad should hire Worldwide Wes.
We don't want Kentucky football players.
Well, we get Mark Stoops, though.
We'll get Mark Stoops. Maybe get Tim Couch, lure him out of retirement.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think that some people on the text line think with that bad roadways that your head has popped up on the roof and you have a concussion.
That could be.
Yeah.
They don't like the idea.
Of course, the hair would protect you there.
Nobody likes my idea.
No one is. We're not all down right now, especially with all the news going on with anything involving the Knicks. We think the Knicks are terrible and unmentionable. Just like if I'd have just spent the last 8 minutes talking about the Atlanta Hawks, you would have so long ago moved on.
This is unfair. When you do Hawk Talk, I embrace
never
it.
for 8 minutes.
I
like
embrace
this.
the Hawk Talk,
and it's never.
I wish it was 8.
Yeah, and never. And
We're going
also,
about 14,
it's
dog.
never like fantasy. What if I'm going to get all the Kentucky players?
You went
talk?
14 on the Knicks.
About 14 on the Knicks.
Can we talk about former Knick greats?
What just happened?
Clyde Frazier. What about Dan Hicken, former Knick?
Somebody once put him in the Wikipedia.
Put this thing out of its misery.
Beef is saying we're done with the
Good
time.
Good ROI here.
I like the commandeering there. I like the take charge attitude.
I'm not even going to give you a number. I don't care who wins
It's
the
an
flowers.
All-American.
Number 1.
Yeah.
It's an All-American
For me.
Friday.
641-1010.
Gonna take up some flowers if anybody's still listening.
And by the way, All-American has just texted me. The last segment, not brought to you by All-American Roll-Off and Recycling.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.